Today's the 12th of October 2025. It's my first video I'm ever making like this. I was waiting for a day to drink this one beer that my brother brought me from the Philippines. This brother here, he gave me this knife. So I'm going to use this to open it up. Here's the beer here. This is straight from the Philippines. This is not a fake one, it's a real one. I've seen them in California, but they're not the same. It's not the same Red Horse. Oh, here it is. This is more like it. Anyway, something happened about just over 3 hours ago. A little bit traumatizing. People might think it's not, like it's no big deal. But as I was driving home from the store, something happened. I saw from far away a little dog went into the street. There's mosquitoes out here. They're starting to attack me. Let me go get my mosquito spray. Give me a minute. Alright, I'm back. Put some bug juice on so I don't get attacked. Well, you know what? I need some on my grape too, because I know I'm going to be getting it. Anyway, what I was saying was, I saw a little dog in the street. It was kind of a busy street. Just over 3 hours ago. It was at about 4:10 p.m. And I slowed down so I don't hit it, and I honked, and it turned and looked at me. And I was hoping it would walk to the sidewalk, turn directions. But it continued where it was going, and I looked in the rearview mirror, and I saw a car coming fast, and a car hit it. It was terrible. I stopped my car, put on my hazards on, checked everywhere, no cars were coming. That car just kept going. I got out, and the dog, when it got hit, it got spun around. It was spinning around like that and stopped. It was barking a little bit. And so I went and got it. I picked it up and I took it to the side of the road, and cars were coming in. I was stopping them, telling them to stop, and I did that. And then I brought it to the side of the road, and then I put it on the foot area of my back seat. And it seemed okay driving home. I'm actually looking at it right now. It's right there. I brought it home. That ride home seemed like it took forever. It seemed like it took hours, but it's only a 30-minute ride. Well, from where I was at, that's only a 20-minute ride home. And anyway, let me try a Red Horse for the first time in 13, 15, let me see, 11 years. Oh yeah, I remember this flavor. I was stationed in the Philippines in 1986, 87, and 88, and I went back in 1989. Anyway, the dog didn't have any real big injuries. There was no blood. I think I seen a little bit of blood, maybe at the mouth. I'm not sure, but it wasn't bleeding. It wasn't busted up. I thought it was going to be busted up, but it wasn't. Well, brought it home. Gave it a little bit of water, just a little bit. It drank on its own. I made it a bed. I put it out on the grass first in the shade. Then I said, you know what, I'll take it to my computer room where I was going to be at. Brought it there. It tried to get up a couple of times, and it couldn't because its left back leg was hurt. Eventually it started breathing like labored breathing. and um, eventually it died. It died about an hour ago. Or not even an hour ago, probably about 45 minutes ago. I tried giving it, try to save its life. It's pressing its heart a little bit, pressing it. And I would try to stand it up, and it try to move, because it was done breathing. It wasn't breathing no more. Then it started to again a little bit. Then I laid it down, and then it stopped again, and it did basically like death throes. That kind of traumatized me. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my life. A poor little dog, and you know what? When I was a little kid, I had a little dog, and that dog's name was Poppy. P-O-P-I, Poppy. I'm not sure how it got that name, but it looked just like that dog. And I was thinking, wow, it seems like I got my dog back, my childhood dog. Looked just like it, exactly like it. It's too bad. It must have had internal injuries. I was already loving this dog a lot, and at one point I brought it to my back door over here, and I made a little bed for it when I first got here. And then I said, you know what, I'll bring it to the grass, to the shade. I picked it up, and it looked at me, and it smiled. This little dog smiled. It had a smile on its face looking at me, and I was holding it, and I actually had this little bed here for it. I put it in here. It was laying in here, and I was holding it like this because I didn't want its body to be, bending and stuff, because I don't know what injuries it had. So it was stiff like a bed, and it smiled, and I said out loud a little bit. I said, "You're smiling," and I carried it back there, and then it looked at me really, really nice. Like when it would look at me, it would look at me with a smile on its face, like not a smile, but it would be like a peaceful, in that it liked me. It really liked me, and I fell in love with this little dog right away. And this little dog is like, I saw a thing earlier today, I think it was on Instagram. It says something like, our dogs angels. They come into your life, and they give you happiness. They love you no matter what. They love you. They don't judge you. They don't treat you bad. And I could never treat a dog bad. And so I just wanted to put that story out. I'm going to start making some YouTube videos, but I'm going to make them of pictures and videos that I made in the 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, and 2010s. And there's a lot to say. There's a lot of stories. I tell people stories all the time, and I said, you know what? I'm going to start putting these on videos. And you know what? I might actually put my scary stories on. There's actually a picture I have when I was in Korea. I was also in the Army after I was done with the Marines. And I was in Korea. I came to my apartment out in town, walked in the door, and my wife at the time, she's no longer with us, she took a picture of me as I walked in the door, and that's when digital cameras were brand new. And boom, took a picture, and I said, oh, I wasn't ready. I said, hold on, let me walk out the door and come right back in, and so I'll be ready when you take the picture. And it was probably 1 minute later, and there was a tall stand-up mirror right there on the side. And so the second picture she took, I'm walking in the door with the groceries, so it's two pictures, one right after the other. One, and she didn't move. One of them, the mirror just shows like the refrigerator or something in the background. And then the second picture shows a lady standing there. The next day when she downloaded the pictures onto my desktop computer, she said, "Was there someone here at the house yesterday?" I said, "No, not that I know of." She goes, "Well, who's this in this picture?" And then there's someone standing there in the picture. I'm going to make a video one day on that and whatever else, all these other crazy stories that happened to me. But anyway, this one's about this little dog that I named Popey after my childhood dog. It sadly died, but the thing is, I feel good knowing that this little dog is in heaven and it'll be waiting for me at the Rainbow Bridge when my time comes.